Jasmine, Alice, how are you today?
Good, thank you.
Yeah, all good, thank you.
So I'll start with the first question. How will you encourage students to sign up for important volunteering projects like Night Safe and Nightline?
Was that how we can encourage that?
Yes.
I think sort of the first step is to look at the big volunteering fair that happens at the start of the year. Lots of the freshers do kind of get involved in that. And then what our sort of aim is to do is to run sort of events throughout the year to try and encourage recruitment, because I know Nightline, for example, they have sort of events held and, you know, to try and they have to do training for that. So obviously you can only join at certain times, but have kind of recruiting drives almost, you know, sort of just to increase that.
Okay. So should it be your job to warn students against charities that have poor practices like volunteerism?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's important that all the volunteering opportunities taken are benefiting the people as well.
So if that's the case, should university not invite these charities to careers events?
I think so. I think that's an important point.
Yeah, I do too.
Okay. How would you make volunteering rise above all the other sports, society, work and general life commitments that all our students have to juggle?
I think it's been sort of a big challenge for everybody, but that's why one of our points is the Make a Difference days, and it's getting involved sort of different opportunities at different times.
Yeah, on like a one-off basis. So I remember being back in kind of school and everyone said, you can't, when you go to university, you can't just go to university and do your studies, you have to get involved with other things. And volunteering is really important because it's not just, you know, you don't just go dancing, which I don't find that that's unimportant, but it's also, you know, you also get to do lots and lots of different things. You know, you're actually helping people and making a difference in that way as well.
We've seen a lot of student activism this year around things like the refugee crisis, Donald Trump. Would you like to see more students act on their beliefs and actually do some volunteering work, like in a refugee, for example? Refugee centre, my apologies.
Yeah, no, that's very important. And I think a big part of what we want to do is making sure it's relevant to what's going on around us. So making sure that we can help by putting off one-on-one events that link to this.
So what, to introduce the students to new charities?
Yeah, so for sort of refugees, we can sort of put more on one-off events with Ray in York.
I think one of our sort of things was to create a platform, so organisations such as Refugee Action York can then contact us and, you know, say we have these opportunities, and then we can provide that platform so they can volunteer with us. So sort of, you know, the ones that are really like pressing issues, it'd be really useful to kind of have that platform.
Perfect. Do you think that the process for choosing charities to support should be more democratic? For example, all members of a college are voting for charity their college goes for.
Yeah, I think it's very important for sort of college charities that everybody gets a say in which one. But then for more sort of general volunteering throughout the university, I think, as well as getting charities to ask us what's available, everybody gets the opportunity to ask us to provide certain.
If that's the case, is there not a danger of larger charities getting the most attention while smaller local charities kind of being starved?
I think at the same point, a lot of the projects that the colleges are already tied to are very much local charities, and that's sort of quite a lot of the aims. So there's the island; they're all very much local charities.
I mean, my point is that if people can vote on it, is there a worry that are good for big causes like cancer research rather than maybe local ones that don't get as much attention?
Yes and no. I think already like some colleges do have the opportunity for everybody to vote, and they've still chosen local ones like SASH and other ones like that.
Okay. Is there confusion, in your opinion, between volunteering and RAG that needs to be clarified?
Yeah, I completely agree, because I think there's kind of a merger that people don't quite understand what volunteering is. Not sort of, you know, tarnishing everyone in the same brush, but RAG is obviously, you know, actually the raising the money, and charity is more like volunteering is obviously on a different spectrum to that. So it is kind of, we do want to sort of separate ourselves in a way so people know what volunteering is, but then at the same time creating links with RAG will really help us in, you know, making good links and sort of running better events as well. So it's sort of, there does need to be a separation.
Okay. Finally, from you both, could you give an example of a charity you've worked directly in before, and what did you learn from that experience?
I worked with The Island, which is a local York charity, and it's sort of mentoring with young children. And I think it's just important to like see how you can change in your immediate community and get involved that way.
Yeah, and I've done a lot of volunteering with Girl Guiding, so I've done sort of 10 to 14-year-olds and also Rainbows, which are 5 to 7. So I just find that it's really important because I was a guide myself, so I kind of found that experience really, really enriching. So in sort of it's useful, how useful that is to them.
Okay, perfect. Jasmine and Alice, thank you so much for the interview.
Thank you.